Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to the channel again today because we have some NFL breaking free agency news to go over today. That is just right up the Minnesota Vikings alley, and that is ZaDarius Smith is visiting in Minnesota today, according to Tom Pelissero. He is there right now, and I could be making this video and be getting a notification on my phone that ZaDarius Smith could be heading to the Vikings. This is a video that I swear to God I've made already 3 times. I've been banging this table over and over again for the Vikings to go pursue ZaDarius Smith. And then also Matt Ryan was traded to the Indianapolis Colts today for a 3rd-round pick. We're going to be discussing both those videos right now. And I meant topics, not videos. But anyways, Vikings, ZaDarius Smith. We've been talking about this for a while, like I've been saying. And this is just one of those moves where I think makes sense on both sides. For the Minnesota Vikings, obviously, you're adding a top 10 pass rusher in the NFL. ZaDarius Smith, he only played 1 game last season, but the 2 previous years, he was around 12.5 and 13.5 sacks, and he was the main pass rusher for the Green Bay Packers. Now, could you imagine what he could do across from Danielle Hunter, where if you do decide to chip Danielle or ZaDarius, you're leaving a one-on-one for Danielle or ZaDarius. I think it's one of those things where the Vikings, everybody in the NFL who's good has 2 pass rushers. You look at the AFC West. If you just look at the edge rushers in the AFC West, which is the best division in football, it's pass rushing galore. I think the Vikings need to go get 2, and I think he's a perfect candidate. Now on the side of ZaDarius Smith, why would you come here? Well, the Vikings actually hired the Packers outside linebacker coach who was just recently fired. So there's the connection to ZaDarius Smith to the Minnesota Vikings, because I can really come up here and say any elite edge rusher would fit in well with the Vikings. But for ZaDarius Smith's case, he has a connection here, and him and this coach have an elite connection. Smith was the outside linebacker coach for the Packers last year, and he said him and ZaDarius have a great connection. And I'm sure a little bit of the Vikings hiring of Mike Smith was knowing ZaDarius Smith is going to hit the market, so them thinking possibly them going and getting ZaDarius Smith in free agency, they could use this as a pull to go get him. But obviously ZaDarius, he's in the 3-4. He loves rushing, standing up. And I think for the people who say Danielle can't rush standing up, that is terrible. That's just not true. Go look up some highlights. Danielle knows how to get to the quarterback standing up. But also, could you imagine those 2 coming off an edge? I mean, it would be pretty terrifying. You can get really creative. So ZaDarius Smith to the Vikings, it could be breaking any second now. All right, now talking about Matt Ryan to the Indianapolis Colts, some NFL news. I think this is pretty interesting. This is a move that I did not really expect, and I don't know why, because it makes perfect sense. I mean, you look at Matt Ryan. It's not like this guy. I hate it when people kind of underreact to Matt Ryan going to the Colts. Oh, it's Matt Ryan. He has no chance of winning a Super Bowl. This puts the Colts back into not, I guess, the Super Bowl contenders, like that 6-team group, but I think this puts the Colts right outside it, knocking on the door, because he's walking into one of the best offensive lines in the league. He's walking into the best running back, or one of the 2 best running backs in the league, a great defense, just a great culture. And Matt Ryan, the main thing, he's a grown-up. He's been doing this in the NFL for years now. There's going to be no outside pressure. He's not going to make the Carson Wentz mistakes that he made last year, and I think that's really what the Colts wanted. I think they looked at Carson Wentz and mistakes he made, and he said, yeah, Carson Wentz, he gave us the home runs, he gave us the over-the-top bombs, but maybe we just need a guy who takes the checkdowns and he hits those at 100%. And that's a guy like Matt Ryan. He'll be mature at the podium. I think this is a perfect fit for the Colts, and I really think, for the Colts, for missing out on Deshaun Watson, all these guys, to go get a Matt Ryan and move off Carson Wentz, I think it was a great move, because now you're also setting yourself up to go years in advance to go draft a quarterback next season, or if a quarterback hits the market next year. I think it's a great move. Let me know what you guys think down below on ZaDarius Smith to the Vikings and Matt Ryan to the Indianapolis Colts. See you guys next time. Let's go Vikes.